Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we'll be talking about my open beta impressions for Soul Tide. This is going to be a CN based title that has the reminiscence of Arknights in the way it displays its like 2D sprites or, overworld sort of things going on here. Reminds me of Illusion Connect because it's similar art style as well. But the story is something similar to Sinnoh Alice in the sense that it's more oblique in the way it presents itself. It's not very lighthearted, if you get what I mean. I mean, some interactions are kind of lighthearted, but let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay so you guys can see what this is all about. So it has like sort of like this dungeon feel. If you've played Epic 7 and you've gone to like the mazes, gameplay feels like a giant maze on the overworld sense in the beginning, right? And then this is going to be the general combat. There's going to be a couple of skills. This is going to be like your ultimate. This is going to be, I guess, your skill 1. And then this is usually a passive or another attack. So you have like the mana gauges right here, 30, 30, 30. That's what we're going to start out with. But a majority of the time, you can essentially start out with a basic attack such as so. You have gunner characters like this who can actually attack characters in the back if you so choose. I think the most annoying character are the ones that can charm. So her in the back would be pretty, amazing to take down. And then you have like characters like so who can, just deal damage straight up to the frontmost characters only. So it's up to you where you want to sort of position certain characters. For example, this character, she has like a scythe sort of thing. I thought she would be able to hit the characters in the back, but she can't. Hopefully we can take down this succubus right here. And it's up to you whether you want to play on auto or manual, depending on the severity of the stage. Just note that this game is fairly sensitive in the sense that you should be planning out certain movements so that essentially you don't get cucked by certain enemies, because enemies in this game, in the gameplay, it's kind of unforgiving in the sense that it is slightly difficult. I'm not going to say it's hard, but it is definitely not your average gameplay where you can sort of almost auto every single area. You can definitely auto quite a bit within this game, but just note this one encounter right here has me clicking all over the place, and I'm sort of planning my attacks, but now I can just turn on the basics where they're just dealing basic attacks and we can wipe out the enemy. It's up to you how you essentially want to approach the different stages, but for the most part, there's a lot of thought when it comes to this game. And when it comes to this also, the story is pretty in-depth. I feel like this game is more centered around story more than anything else, because a lot of the times when I play games like this, you can just, skip through the dungeon, you can skip through like the story segments, but the character interactions, the voice acting in this game, the atmosphere, the music, everything about it feels high quality. It doesn't feel like your standard gacha. Also, it reminds me of Illusion Connect in the UI, but not the way the gameplay sort of flows, if that makes any sense. For some reason, if you guys played Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, it has like that theater sort of aspect to it that I remember playing as a child, which was kind of interesting to me when I saw it here. And as far as the English translation goes, it feels pretty smooth. Like, I was very surprised because initially this was supposed to be, only CN or only JP, and they did a good job translating the game as far as I can tell. But as you can see, here's gonna be a little spike thing. If you like stay on top of it, you lose some HP. So there's sort of like the puzzle aspects where I'm pulling levers and stuff. Now, I know this gameplay might not be for everyone. The only reason why I say that is because of the fact that it's fairly slow. It's not something that you're just like, oh, I'm gonna instantly beat this stage. But the animations in this game, it feels next level. The game is beautiful with the way it sort of presents the characters and how they interact with the enemies. I was seriously impressed with that small, minute detail aspect. It is a little bit annoying where I have to click certain parts of the character in order for them to actually attack. But outside of that, the things that really surprised me is the minute details that they paid attention to when it comes to Soul Tide. Because a lot of games, they don't really care about a majority of the small detail. The sound or the voice acting during Ultimate should be catered towards a specific detail. Something like this Ultimate right here, it felt like significant. I was like, wow, feels like it's gonna do a lot of damage. This game is for someone who pays attention to those really small things. If you're someone who's more fast paced, you want something quicker, you want something where you get interactive feedback at a quick time, I don't think this game is for you because it seems to cater to a very niche audience. I don't think a lot of people like the fact that you have to pay attention to all these aspects in order to properly enjoy the game, because a lot of people just want to swiftly breeze breeze through the content. And as you can see, I have to backtrack quite a bit. And some people might find that a little bit annoying, you know, depending on how you feel about it. And the game, it's not difficult. It's just unforgiving in the sense if you lose to a boss, which I already have because you can see I've unlocked parts of the map, you'll have to restart the whole entire section. And obviously, that's going to be annoying for some people. So here's like one segment where you can technically avoid the little spiky spikes so you don't lose 5% HP. I'm checking the map to make sure that I do not have any areas pretty much open. But as you can see here, it's kind of annoying in the sense that I have to figure out my way in order to unlock this gate right here. So hopefully with this, I can do this. And now the gate is open. And this rupee shard only appears if I lose the stage. Initially, it was a chest. So I want to leave. I'm going to unwind really quick because I want to upgrade my characters. That boss right there actually defeated me, and I want to give it due credit because this game, it's kind of difficult. So here's going to be the upgrade system. Yeah, it looks very similar to something like Illusion Connect. This is where I made the reference, more so in the UI, less so in like the actual game design and the feel of it. It honestly feels a lot more high polished because of the way the voice acting is, the atmosphere, like I said earlier. But when it comes to this, I'm not sure which characters are meta. I tried to look for like CN guides, but this is a fairly new game. So, you know, if you like that sort of feel, that's really nice. And not to mention the character designs, they look really nice. I can't wait to see or feel how they sort of sound, their interactions, getting to know them, the story. My only thing is, you know, the character sort of art, it's inconsistent, but at the same time, I can't wait to see how the live 2D sort of performs. It kind of sucks that there's no live 2D when I'm looking at the characters. Like one more time, I want to just go here. See, there's no live 2D. If they're going to pay attention to those small details, I feel like they should add it. I'm sure they will because this is an open beta test and it's going to go back off and we can't play it on February 14th. And technically I could jump into the Overlord gate to jump backwards in the map. You can do that if you want to, in case you're like, oh, I missed this rupee and I want to grab it. You can totally do that. But let's go ahead and see if we can tackle this boss right here. Then we'll do some summon. And what I really like is how there's story segments within the dungeon. And I know a lot of people will just not like these sort of things because it's almost too much stories, too much text. A lot of people just want to jump into the gameplay, get right into the nitty-gritty bits in order to sort of enjoy what this game has to offer. There is like some tactics in this game in the sense that when the character is about to do an ult, you will protect yourself. I don't want to hit Salty because I believe she's a little bit too tanky, and not to mention she's like the boss of this stage or the overlord. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. The little like cracked shield, like the red thing right here, you can see that means their defense broken, which is a really cool sight to see. And let's go ahead and try to deal a crit to that enemy in the back. But honestly, you can skip all the animations, and I feel the quality of this game is kind of pretty high for like a random title. And I don't think this is coming out from Bandai or Konami. It's not a big anime title, so obviously this is more of an indie sort of unknown gacha game. We'll see how it flows, but I have high hopes for this one. And as you can see, one of my characters already died. I can't even revive them. So this is what pretty much halted me from progressing within this stage and my previous run. Hopefully I can do it, and hopefully I can actually heal myself, because it would be no good to me if I can't even do that. I can technically buff myself right here. I will. Hopefully she doesn't get one shot, and we'll try this attack right here. And I like the 2D animations on the right hand side. See, they're moving, feels alive. It's really like those small details that really hook me in game. And the fact that there's voice acting and this animation right here, I'm not sure if they're going to change it. Feels a little late in order to change like the ultimate animations, but I'm really scared of the character in the back. We might fail again, but hey, it is what it is. We'll hopefully not do that, but we don't need to. Let's take them out with that skill, and hopefully with this we can take down the tank. The front characters cannot attack the rear guard. So let's go ahead and do some heals. We'll do it on our critical range-based character right there. I'm not sure of like what everyone's names are, so forgive me on that aspect. And let's go ahead and deal some damage to her. All right, so man, we can't have her fall right here. She is actually the last person. And you can also, of course, like hold down the buttons in case you want to do so. You can also technically leave and you will turn to the status before. I might do that. I'm gonna work on this boss. I don't think I can complete it, but there you go. It's only stage 1-4. and I already feel sort of challenged. I'm gonna unwind and come back to it. Maybe I just need to upgrade my characters. But that's a feel for the gameplay in case you want something very, how do I say this? It just feels difficult compared to most gacha games where it's just like, oh, we can just do everything. But here's gonna be the summon system right here. As far as the details goes, it's 4% for an SSR, which is actually pretty good. Now this is going to be, I believe, the Virves, which is like, you know, your memories or non-hero based characters. Let's go to the details right here. 3.6% for dolls, 63% chance for Virves, which is, you know, the memories, and then some shards. Ooh, I don't like the shard system. Hopefully we don't get that. But let's go ahead and do these summons. Let's look at this really quick. You have a lower percentage for dolls, technically speaking, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be a 3. No, it's a much higher percentage. Let's look at that again. Yeah, so I guess you can use like these crystals, which is you only earn this within like the in-game story and stuff. So be very frugal. Just note they're handing them out like candy in the open beta, but essentially these are going to be the summons with the higher rates. And this is the way the summon animation looks. Personally speaking, I really like it. There's a lot of things going right when it comes to the details in this game. Go ahead and do a reveal all. So we got some Virve cards right here. Hopefully we can get a doll. We got Mako. So I'm pretty sure they should add some animations because the way they added essentially Virginia's, hers looked amazing. Oh man, we can do a 10 pull with only 20 of these crystals and they gave us out like candy. So do we just do a pull? Okay. When Virginia did her summon at the beginning, it was atmospheric in the sense that she was talking and she was sort of introducing herself as a character. With this one, it's a little bit different because it seems a lot more straightforward. This reminds me of like the Illusion Connect summon system. Let's try and do like this Lunar Evoke, see if it's a little bit different. And we're just gonna hang out here. All right, so yeah, I think the summon animations could do a little bit more work because it was epic at the very beginning where I could sort of get a feel for all the different characters. All right, so this is obviously the Virve one, so let's leave. And then let's go ahead and do the Astra one. Let's see if we can get something rare because there's so many different summon currencies, so many different things to manage. It's overly complicated for no reason. In my opinion, I feel like just one summon currency, so long as everything is distributed appropriately, then it's fine. But maybe this is like a friendship sort of ish summon. You get this currency quite frequently, hence why they gave it to you. And it looks like there's some sort of pity system. But for the most part, if they keep the rates fairly similar, 11.44% for this summon rate, it's gonna be pretty good. And just note when it comes to like these characters that you do summon for, they are all technically available in the sense that you can view their skills, very similar to Illusion Connect. But the biggest thing is note all of them start at 1 star. I think that's very important, and you're gonna need essentially, you know, that Genshin Impact sort of system in order to increase their star effect. And I think this is dupe. So if this game is heavily dupe dependent, that might need some work because dupes are not like a good thing. But then again, I guess they're trying to override the dupe system with the sense that it's 11.44% chance to summon a hero. But let's go ahead and really quick look at that because we did get dupes for Mako right here. So let's increase the stars. We're going to do an unlock. So costs only, this was technically just 1 dupe. So we can go up to 2 star. And then, yeah, we went up to 3 star, technically speaking, or is that 4 star? Yeah, 2 star with this upgrade system. Interesting. So obviously dupes are going to be very important. That has me feeling a certain way because obviously we don't want to be too dependent on the gacha system like that. And we saw how Illusion Connect sort of did things, but maybe they'll change like the design system where, you know, it won't be as heavily reliant on dupes. But this is what I want to do open betas for, so I can give, you know, the devs some sort of feedback if they watch this and sort of get an understanding of how you can improve the game versus don't keep the things that are essentially bad, because I know they want to make money, but there's certain ways to do it so that you don't pretty much screw over your player base. And I like the little housing system they have here. I like how you can essentially interact with the characters. It's really cute in my opinion. But yeah, I guess this is a story segment. Oh, I like the 2D like sort of animations here. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 30,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day. Look at my name right here, and I will see you guys in the next one.